All right, well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dana Scranton, and welcome once again to 8 Minute Wisdom. This is a continuation of the series of episodes where I'm going over my notes from the seminar I attended called The Game Has Changed, which was put on by Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. Theme of it is the knowledge industry, as they call it, is now one of the fastest growing industries of its kind. In other words, solo entrepreneur kind of businesses where anybody can access it, and that they have a system that allows you to tap into a process that answers a bunch of questions, creates a business plan for you, and then gives you the tools to bring that business to the marketplace. Okay, so that's kind of the summary of what it does. But along the way, there are several key ideas, many of which are kind of the core values of what Tony and Dean teach in anything they do. But some of those really resonate with me, and that's what I want to share with you. So today, it's a statement that appeared as part of that webinar, and it's this. It's the top part. It's not about where work ends and life begins. It's about creating the life of your choosing. Now, there's value in understanding this, and I want to really drill this down in the shortest amount of time I can. In the old days, when I began my career, I was operating under the paradigm of the times, which is you got an education, you got a job, the job got you the money to have a house, a car, a white picket fence, a family, a dog, and a cat, and kids, okay? And that worked great for many, many years. But in recent times, here in the 21st century, that is becoming increasingly difficult to achieve. For example, there are many companies around the world, retailers, high-tech, petrochemical, the list goes on, that are shuttering their doors. They're closing their doors and they're laying off people. If you were to sum up the number of people in the past couple of years who have been let go, I'm guessing it's somewhere in the millions on a global basis. So the model's changed. And so the game has changed. It's not necessarily the game that Tony and Dean are talking about here, but the idea behind it is you have the ability to create the life that you want, as opposed to the one where you work from 6 in the morning to 8 at night, including your commutes in between, so that you can have the money to have a life on the weekends, if the weekends belong to you. Okay, that is where work ends and life begins. For some, it's like 6 o'clock Friday afternoon, and it ends Sunday night at 9 o'clock. So you have the weekend for life, and the rest is work. That's the traditional paradigm that is going away, right? In now the 21st century, the younger generations have kind of figured it out. They figured out what they want. Getting it is what this game is all about. They have something to teach the older folks, the more mature folks who've been around a while, and it is this. It's not about where work ends and life begins. It's about bringing the two together to create a synergistic existence of the two, a symbiotic relationship between the two, so that what you do to earn the money brings you as much fulfillment and joy as what that money allows you to access. Options, choices, being able to live life on your terms, life of your choosing. So with that said, then this Game Has Changed seminar was all about accessing a business system that allows you to create a business, an entrepreneurial venture based on your vision, your purpose, your hobbies, your passions, your enthusiasm, whatever it is, to bring a product that adds value to the lives of others with this basic premise. The premise is, as I've said in the prior episodes, that today, the generations of people that are out there want to accelerate the journey to success. They want to get past the learning curve. They want to get to where they want to go, have the life they want faster, instead of waiting the 40-20 rule, working 40 years so that you can spend 10 or 20 years living, which you didn't live in the career years, right? I mean, that's the theory behind it. But it's true. The game has changed. Life is different today than it was then. The tools for earning money are different. The expectations, the perceptions of the economy, the things that produce value in the lives of others have changed. And the way they are accessed has changed. You know, the online, the digital, the soft products, if you will, the products that teach, that allow you to do things you didn't know you could do or know how to do prior to accessing this information. This is where AI is going to become incredibly important. So when you create a life of your choosing on your terms, you do so with the idea in mind that it's not all about the money. Now, there are some who will gravitate towards that because it looks like all about the money is how you get everything else. Well, there's truth in that. But the point being is you want to make your life the journey that you enjoy, which includes planting and harvesting the money. You know, planting the means of generating the crop that you then turn into the money. Well, that's a metaphor, right? Basically, what it means is you take your knowledge, skill, passion, purpose, vision, all the assets, you know, those assets that we talked about in the prior episode, you know, the ones that never go away, like your vision, your purpose, your enthusiasm, your energy, your focus, the decisions you make. These are things that you own. And then you, from that, create a life by creating a means of adding value to the marketplace with what you enjoy doing anyway, with what lights you up and excites you. Then you have created a life of your choosing that is a blend of, let's say, the work and the life into something that is just fun. It's not a drag. As a solo entrepreneur, you control that. And see, there are entrepreneurs who have employees, small businesses. Okay, my wife was one of those. I was one of those, where you have a few employees. But let me tell you something. A few employees, while less demanding than thousands, nevertheless makes it so that your life is not 100% your own. When you have employees and you take off for the weekend, you still have employees. They still need nurturing, care, supervision. In the case of a solo entrepreneur who accesses the resources of others, depending on the business model that you desire, operate in, your life is your own. You can decide when you're going to sit down and generate money by doing those income producing activities, or when you're going to take off and go spend some time with your kids or playing golf or swimming, whatever it is you do. That's the beauty of solo entrepreneurship. That's where you take the so-called work and the so-called life and you merge them together to create a real life. So that's kind of the message that Dean and Tony were trying to convey when they said it's not about where work ends and life begins. So that's today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If so, you know, leave a comment. I appreciate knowing if I'm on target with things that are useful to you. And we'll see you in episode 5 of this series. And of course, out there on that frontier of possibilities where opportunity exists, and yep, in the next episode. Take care.